Okay, I know I'm a few minutes early, so of course I gotta fix my tripod here because I was downstairs last time. Hello, baby lotion down here. Give everyone a minute to file in. Hi Hexen, hi Bull Creek. Nicole, let me get my thing up here. Hi, Steven. Oh my goodness, Steven, I'm so mad I missed your live. I got home and I'm like, oh shit, it was 10:30 his time. I totally missed it and I feel really bad because I totally was going to make it and my brain did not, it skipped. Hi, Abby. Hi, Jackie, Rachel, Nicole. Who did I miss first? Keith. Oh, Keith is here. Hi, Keith and Ange. And Abby Dickens. Hello. That's a new name I don't know. Hello and welcome. And Marcia, what's in the cuppa? I'm going to be telling everybody because I found some great teas. I'll tell you. Let me get it out. Yay, I know, right? Yay, thank goodness we can all see Jackie today. Hi, Maddie. Xanthia's here. I feel so bad that I missed your live, Stephen. I can't even tell you. I feel so bad. Hi, Dave. You got to mute your phone. Oh, shit. Thank you. Yep. I know what you're saying now. Thank you. I know I forgot to do something. Thank you. Usually I've been putting on do not disturb so all those things don't happen. But I forgot for some reason. But anyways, I'm really ticked that I missed it, Stephen. I totally intended to be there. And then I went thrifting and my brain kind of gets a short at that point. So who else did I miss? I saw some other people come in too. I gotta get my glasses out. Don't worry, there'll be a part 2 probably tomorrow. Oh, good. Good. Dave, yay. And who else? There was somebody that I haven't seen in a while. Who the hell is it? Laura, hello. Michelle, hi. Brad. Oh, hi, Brad. Yes, because you missed yesterday, right? Perfect. Hello. Okay. What channel, Stephen? Sound of an Ocean Wave. That's Stephen's channel. Okay, so what's in the cuppa? Oh, such good teas. Since we're talking about Yule, I am going to show you a new tea that I discovered because they didn't have my favorite tea. So let me tell you, first of all, I went to Target before I went thrifting because they always have my favorite teas, which is, yeah, let me get my glasses out so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, God, please tell me I brought my glasses. I swear I did. Yes, they are. Here. Hi, Dawn. So, my favorite tea is a Harney & Sons. So this is a Harney & Sons, but this is not my favorite because they did not have my favorite, which means I'm really ticked. So I'm in the tea aisle at Target, and I'm like, they don't have my favorite. My favorite is actually Hot Cinnamon from Harney & Sons, which is so good, especially when it gets really cold out. Oh, it just warms me up. I love it. High sound. Oh, thought you were going to say no sound. And I'm like, what? I did this last time. Okay. So I bought a different Harney & Sons that I've never tried. First of all, they have really, really good tea. And unique and uncommon. That's what they call themselves. Edgar Allan Poe. Do we have Edgar Allan Poe in here? Hi, Johnny. Are you kidding me? Does somebody really call themselves Edgar Allan Poe? That's so cool. How dare they not have your favorite? I know, right? I like their chocolate mint. Yeah, that's good too. I almost got that, but I thought, So see, look at their tea bags. They're in the pyramid tea bags. And I saw, once again, smell-o-vision. Oh, they smell so good. The hot cinnamon is my favorite, though. I love the hot cinnamon. I love Edgar Allan Poe too. I have this big poem from Nevermore. You know, anyways, that's downstairs. So the one I got from them was green tea with coconut, which sounds more like a springy flavor to me, but it smells really good. No, I'm calling random names now. Oh, are you trying to confuse me, Maddie? I'm an old lady. You can't do that. So anyways, I got green tea with coconut, which I was going to try my husband's. I made him a cup before I came upstairs, but I forgot. It smells amazing, though. So, which at Target, they're even cheaper than on Amazon. So if you have a Target, Edgar Allan Poe, is that a real tea? No, no. That's Maddie was saying hello to Edgar Allan Poe, and I thought somebody was actually named Edgar Allan Poe, and you're only as old as you feel and act. I know. I know, you're right. Okay, so I tried this other tea that I'm like, well, okay, they don't have my hot cinnamon. What else can I get that's kind of similar? And this is what I ended up with, which is what is in my cup. And let me tell you something. Oh my goddess, it's good. Now, I don't like it as much as I like my favorite, which is the hot cinnamon. This is really good. It has the sweet anise, or the sea of the anise star in it. And it has cinnamon in it. And it's so good. This totally reminds me of Yule. And I wish so bad that smell-o-vision worked, because you can smell the cinnamon and the anise separately. It's so good. What does star anise taste like? Licorice, kind of. It's like a little bit more herbally kind of licorice. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to speak. Have any of you ever chewed licorice bark before? It's kind of like that too, which I love, getting a licorice bark stick and just chewing on it. It's so good. Do you think I can try steeping my own cinnamon star anise tea? Yeah, absolutely. This is made with, with something that like hot, spicy kind of, I would do with black tea. If you have black tea, have black tea and mix some cinnamon and some, throw in a star in there. Absolutely. It's like, now, and be careful that it's organic, or that you know where it's coming from, so that you know it wasn't sprayed with anything if you're going to ingest it. But definitely. And oh my God, you guys, I so wish there was smell-o-vision, because it smells amazing and it tastes as amazing as it smells. Yeah, like black licorice for sure. And I don't know how you all take your tea. Hexen, I was messaging Hexen when I was in the store, and he was like, so, yeah, I like tea with a little milk in it, which with me, no, which is so funny. I love like hot chocolate and stuff. I don't drink coffee, but if I had to, I would have to put a lot of milk in it. Tea, I don't want milk in my tea. To me, that ruins it. I just want a little sweet, and what I put in for sweetener is this. And I was telling him, he's like, what do you use? I use sugar. What do you use? And I said, monkey fruit. And he's like, monkey fruit? Is that a real thing? I said, yeah, it's a real thing. There's actually a thing called monkey fruit. And it's 0 calories, and it's all natural, and it's non-GMO. And no, you haven't missed much, Sue. We just started. It's, non-GMO, gluten-free, 0 aspartame. I love this stuff. So that's my recommendation. I just put one little, they come in little packages. I mean, they come in a lot of different ways. But this has 30 little packages in it, which means for me, that's 30 cups, because they just come in little packages. And they're so good. Well, I call it monkey fruit. So that you did hear right. I call it monkey fruit, because that's what my kids call it. They're, Mom, do you have monkey fruit? Do we have to get monkey fruit? Because my oldest, that's what he turned me on to. So yes, no kidding. I'm sure I spelled monkey fruit too, because I've been calling it monkey fruit forever. So probably I said that to Hexen, and he was like, what the hell are you talking about? I didn't even realize it. Okay, never knew that existed. It's so good. Love honey in my hot tea. Well, try the monkey fruit. It's really good. Ooh, I will need to try that. I usually use stevia, but would like to try that. Where did you get it? So I get it at Home Goods. because it's cheaper there, but I think they might even have it at Target, or I know Amazon, of course. You can always get it at Amazon for pretty cheap usually. And I should have looked to see if they had it at Target, but because I knew I had some. I get it at Home Goods, though. So, which means it's probably at TJ Maxx, because, you know, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and Marshalls are all run by the same conglomerate. They just separate out stuff into different stores. But all three of those are all run by, I prefer it as monkey fruit. I do too. That's what I've always called it, because that's what my son called it when he first brought it home. And I was like, it stuck, so I don't ever say monk fruit. I don't even think of it as that. Okay, and then I also got at Target, so I have to show you because, of course, I'm at Target, and I'm like, I was like, I'm not going to spend any more than $20 in here because I want to save my money for when I actually go thrifting, which Target is cheap for some stuff, but it's not thrifting. So, but of course, Target has all kinds of stuff out because, of course, I'm like not really thinking about Christmas shopping. I'm going thrifting today. So, but they have all this stuff out for stockings and stuff. So look, I found tarot bags for $1 a piece. Look, aren't they cute? I think I'm going to give them away, but I thought they were so cute. And they were only $1 a piece. And they had a couple other designs and stuff. I actually really love this one. And that one's really cute. So, and it was $1. So, cool. So I got a couple of those. And then I was telling Hexen, because of course I have to message somebody. Look, I have no makeup on left anymore. Come on. I was telling Hexen that as soon as I got into the store, I was going to go live while I was in the store. And I don't ask, by the way. I know, who was it? Was it Maddie that asked them if he could go live? And I'm like, I don't ask. I just do it. Except that I can do that in Goodwill. But when I walk into Savers, it's like there's such a big store. I don't know if they literally take the internet away when you're in there or what, but I run out of, unless I'm right at the front of the store, I run out of internet. There's like none in the whole store. So I couldn't go live. I was like, damn it, I can probably get a couple messages through, but I couldn't go live. So I was messaging Hexen at first because, of course, I go in and I go over to the religious spiritual section because Savers, unlike Goodwill, doesn't throw out their witchy books. They just put them in with spiritual stuff, which I love. I am always like, yes, I don't know who works here that does that, but I'm really excited that I can go to the spiritual section and be like, oh, look, I found a witch book. And I'm always really loud about it because I'm really loud. No, I am Dave and Matt is my husband. I know who you are. Oh, is somebody else asking you guys who you are? Sorry. Don't jump into the chat, Jen. So anyways, the first thing that I do, I go over to the spiritual section, and only for the second time since I have been a witch ever did I find a deck thrifting. I found the medicine cards and $2. $2. I have found that Goodwill actually sells the witchy books on Amazon. No kidding. I didn't know that. $2. I could not believe it. Now, I will tell you all that I already have this deck, which means that this deck is going to go in the next giveaway. So now I have to think of what the next giveaway is going to be. I still have to... they're expensive online, really. So first of all, these are the backs. And I've shown these before because I got them about a year ago, I think. But these cards are really good. The only thing is the book wasn't there. And I looked in the book section too. But you can buy the book for really cheap on like Amazon and stuff. Or on Thrift Books has the book all the time really cheap. And you're not sure if it comes with the cards. And 99% of the time it doesn't. So you can get the book with it, or I can always copy the book because I have the book. But these cards are amazing. And if you you guys remember Chase Two of Owls was on our chat a couple times. He adores this deck. This is like his soul deck, and he talks about it all the time. So if you want to know anything about these cards, go look at his channel, and he has tons of videos using this deck because this is like his soul deck. I ordered this deck and 15 of them are damaged and the publisher hasn't replied to me yet. No way. So this is an amazing deck though. It's really in depth and stuff. This is a deck though that you need to have the book with it. As far as I'm concerned, you need to have the book with it because if you don't already know all the spirit animals, then you're like, wait, what does that mean? If you pull coyote and you don't know what it is, but $2 and the cards are in perfect shape. The box isn't even in bad shape. It's banged up just a little bit on the corners, but $2. So I was like, Hexen, it's going to be a good day at thrifting. And it was. It was a good day. So because that right there is my immediate clue. As soon as I find that, I know that somewhere, someone witchy or spiritual has been in donating recently. Now it's time for me to really search. Because I know if these are in there, that means someone spiritual has been in there. I want to be your friend too. Oh, you are my friend. Yep, absolutely. So yes, I have to think about, you know, what I'm going to do for the giveaway. Maybe I'll just do it in the Facebook group. So if you're not on the Facebook group, think about joining. I can sweeten that giveaway again if you'd like. Oh, that would be so sweet, Brad. I got to think about, let's kind of get together and think about what we can do for the giveaway. Maybe we'll do like a group giveaway and I'll put something in and you guys can put something in and then we'll do like a big group basket for Yule or something. I think that would be cool. Okay. So what else did I get? I have to say, all right, now, while it was a good day book-wise, I did not spend enough time in the other sections because I got a phone call from a friend of mine from 30 years ago. I think we've been friends since 8th grade, who I have not seen in a couple of years. So I went out and had a drink with him, which means I was in line at Savers as soon as he called me, and I didn't get a chance to look. I looked a little bit at other stuff, but so this is mostly books. But I did find some awesome books. So I'm so bad with my books. I'm going to start making hematite necklaces again. Yay! All right. Prayer beads. Look at that. I think we should do like some kind of Yule basket. I don't know. We'll think about it on the page. I'm glad I don't own a cell phone. Right? Okay, so first I found Sensational Meditation for Children. This is by Sarah Wood Valley. Child-friendly meditation techniques based on the 5 senses. So this looked really good. Matt, if the grain of rice is from you, I would still treasure it. Yay! I'll make up a witch's ball. Yay! Oh, that'd be great, Brad. That would be great. So I don't know. Oh, you don't know yet because I haven't gotten it yet. I backed a Kickstarter campaign of a children's book called The Power of Now. And I just got, not too long ago, I know I showed that, I read that. I got another meditation book for kids. And since I'm, have all this, it kind of seems to be kind of a thing lately, I figured this is a great kind of teacher's book for how to teach kids meditation, which, when I get my grandchildren someday, if my kids ever get off the pot, then I can teach them, because look, it has like cleaning my chakras and how to meditate. And you know what? This is not just for kids, guys, because a lot of people are just starting out meditation, right? You haven't, Tina, not too much at all, honey. So I thought that was a great one. And I paid $3.49 for it. And all of these books, you buy 4 and you get 5, the 5th free. So one of these was free. This one is called Blue Truth, a spiritual guide to life and death and love and sex. Woo! which, no, we kind of started talking about spiritual sex, right? With Beltane. Great. And I looked in it a little bit, and it looks really good. It's by David Deida, D-E-I-D-A. Offers training around the world on spiritual growth and sacred intimacy. I practice the power of I'll do it tomorrow. Dave nicknames me the Tomorrow Man. So this looks like a really interesting book too. My hubby's favorite day is tomorrow. Okay. Then I got A God Who, oh, and that one was, I think, yeah, $3.49, which is, that's the most expensive book. You got married at Beltane? That is awesome. I always wanted to have like a rededication ceremony, and my husband and I have talked about it, but it just was one of those things we just never quite got around to doing it. When you do that giveaway, let me know. I'll throw in a bag for those cards. Awesome, Rachel. See, you guys are awesome. A God Who Looks Like Me, Discovering a Woman-Affirming Spirituality, which I do a lot of sacred feminine work. I actually had a sacred feminine group in my town that met once a month on the new moon for over a year. And then it just, we kind of went in different directions. Like, they were not pagan, which is okay. You don't have to be pagan to, you know, talk about sacred feminine stuff. But how should I say this? As nicely as I can, I wanted to do spiritual training and working on meditation and stuff, and they wanted to chat, which was awesome. I still love them as friends, but that's not what I wanted that group for. I wanted to actually do the sacred feminine work, and they wanted to be chatty and gossip and stuff, which is awesome. I love doing that with them, and I still do that with them now once in a while, but we kind of disbanded the group because I wanted different things. I could contribute a painting of a witchy squirrel, but I don't know if people would be interested. Of course they would. I have to. That's one thing. I am on the lookout, and I keep forgetting when I go. Maybe I'll go to Goodwill tomorrow and look. I am on the lookout. I'm trying to find a squirrel, so then I can find a little witchy hat and put the little witchy hat on it, because he's got to be our mascot now. Love this woman. She is a Libra too, as am I. Yay! You should, Jen. Me and my hubby had a ham fasting on our 60th birthdays. That's awesome. And yeah, I will think about it for sure. So this one looks really good too. Angela, we all love our squirrel family. Yes, absolutely. I know. I think, you know, for tarot stock, I think I'm going to make up t-shirts. And we'll, you know, I'll get a t-shirt or something. Then I got, and that one was $3.49. Your Sixth Sense, Activating Your Psychic Potential. We should make a family coat of arms with squirrels on it. Hell yeah! How's Nokomis doing? She's doing pretty good. I think she needs a familiar though. And which I was thinking, if she had a familiar, the familiar would be the squirrel, right? I think that would be totally awesome. Okay. Belaruth Naparstek. That is the author of Your Sixth Sense, Activating Your Psychic Potential. So I think my next big, how do I say this? My next big topic for like after we get done with all the herbal and oil stuff that you guys want to talk about, my next big topic, I'm going to go back to your psychic energy and how to mediumship and how to, did I say it wrong again, Maddie? Nokomis? Nokomis. Nokomis. I can't remember. I kept your thing so I could go back and look at it. Anyways, will be how to increase your psychic potential. And then if we can get that going and enough of you are getting it really good, then maybe we'll talk about astro travel. But you have to get this stuff first. You have to get the meditation part of it first and the psychic awareness and opening your third eye. That part has to come before the astro travel. If you try to skip, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. But I figured we'll start with that, okay? Sound good? Then I got The Green Man, Spirit of Nature by John Matthews. Again, I've talked about John and Caitlin Matthews. Love them. They write very often about Celtic mythology. At least I wasn't on and on and on like I thought we were still going. I hate when that happens. Are we all back? Yay. Okay. So now let me make sure I'm live because that always screws me up on here. Hello. Live. Good. Okay. So I think, and I have to check to be sure, but I think this is going to be included in the giveaway too, because I think I already have this book. But I didn't check because it was only $2.49, and I figured I could use it as my free book. And this is a great, great book. I'm almost positive. I think I have the actual bigger book, but it's the same book. It's just a little bit like a pocket version of it. So I think this is going to be in the giveaway too, which is great. How to pray without being religious, finding your own spiritual path. So when I first saw this book, I had to look into it because if it was filled with a lot of Christian stuff, which is okay, it's just not my thing, then I wasn't going to get it. But it's not. It's filled with all kinds of different religions, which, again, I love. So this looked like a really good one. And the author was Janelle Moon, who is a teacher, psychologist, and writing instructor. She also authored The Wise Earth Speaks to Your Spirit, which I have seen that book before. So that looked good. And fairy spells. Yay, I found fairy spells. I'm so excited. Can you, Nicole, absolutely. If you want to design a coat of arms, hell yeah, do it. I can usually tell the Christian stuff before I even open a book. Me too, but once in a while I get tricked. Once in a while I'm like, oh, I think this is going to be good. And then I open it up and I'm like, oh, yeah, not so much. But yes, fairy spells. And this is by Claire, Nahmad, Seeing and Communicating with the Fairies. So I may not read this I may not read this one very much until towards spring. But it has some gorgeous, gorgeous pictures in it of different fae. Where's the green one? Oh, look at, I love that. Which is on the cover, but that's just a gorgeous thing. Hi, Artsy. Welcome. Look at, oh, any fae hotties? A bunch of fae hotties. Let's see if we can find some male fae hotties. But I think the women are hot too. I reorganized my Book of Shadows yesterday so I can record my learnings more. Awesome, Nicole. That's awesome. I'm going to start working on mine again too. Look at that. Love that. So cute. So I got that, and that was all the books. Then I found a cute little box, which she put my change in. But I figured I could put decks in there. Well, I can do a lot of things, but it's hexagon. And then I got this, which you put a candle behind it. And it's really a vintage piece because they don't make them like this anymore. The glass part is the actual glass part. And I paid $1.99. I paid $2 for that one. And I got this. Can you see? Isn't that cute? With the little snowman. And I can put it in the window, and it's like a little, candle holder. I used to be bullied in school, and kids called me hexagon. And I paid $2 for that. And one more thing. I think one more thing. Santa. He looks like he's got Tibetan bells on him, but it's Santa. And I paid $2 for that. And he hangs up. I know, I do too. I thought that was really cute. And he was brand new. And he actually originally was from Big Lots. So someone turned them in without even taking the tags off of them. So, yay. And then I got home and my book from Book Depository finally showed up. Now, I thought I bought this used, and when it showed up, it's actually new. And it's my children's books that I've been waiting for about Yule. So I'll have to do a story time. Dave and I are going to go to the flea market tomorrow morning. Yay! So this will be a really cute story time book about Yule. I think I read We Gather Together. That one is The Harvest. Twice in 30 minutes. That's annoying. I suppose it's Saturday night and I have to expect that, but it is annoying. Sarah, anybody ever do tooth fairy stuff as a pagan? Yes, I did with my kids too. Absolutely. We just made it a little bit more fae and told more fae-like stories. From Big Flea in Rhode Island. That's awesome, Dave. I can't wait. But anyways, this same author, Wendy Pfeiffer, she did We Gather Together, which I think I read that for Mabon. So, Shortest Day. So I'll be reading that for story time soon. What was the name of the fairy book? Is Fairy Spells. Did anyone ever watch Don't Be Afraid of the Dark with Katie Holmes? Oh, why does that sound familiar? Was she really young when she did that? I want to say she was really young. That movie was good with evil fairies. Just need to buy a couple and they will mate like crazy. What? I'm missing stuff. Sorry. I'm going to get 6 fleas and send you 2. No, a few years ago. Okay, no, then I didn't see that. I saw a movie with her from a long time ago. But okay, so that is the thrifting part of our day. Half an hour to show not that much stuff, but you know, good. Shit. I don't have enough room, guys. I got to finish. It's about fairies. Cool. I will have to check that out. Tomorrow I'm going to be finishing up my Yule altar. So I may not go live tomorrow, guys. I may take the day off so I can, although if I get my Yule altar done, I might do a quick live like, hey, here it is. It's all done. Tour. Yeah. But other than that, I think I'm going to take the rest of the night off so I can, because I meant to do that today, like do a lot of it. And then when I went thrifting, you know, the day just gets away from me after Maddie's, which by the way, can we all say Maddie did such a good job on Simon's live chat today? That was so good, Maddie. You did great. That worked, Jen. Yeah, I know. I need a break because then I go back to work on Monday, but he did. He did so great. You were so cute, Maddie. And look, now everybody's calling you Maddie. I love it. I started that. I bet you are proud, Dave. That was just so cute. He did so good. And so he was telling me that, you know, it was funny for him. I say this is such one of those life moments that you think, wow, life, that wheel of the year thing. The wheel keeps turning and life comes back around and you're like, wow, this is really happening. So he was telling me that he was really nervous because he knew that I was going to be watching, and Simon and Kelly and stuff like that, Kelly Bear. And he said, you know, all these big people are going to be watching. And I'm like, big people? Like who? Oh, like Kelly Bear kind of? Yeah, okay. He's like, no, like you and Simon. And I'm like, am I a big person now? I said, it happened so fast, Maddie, that you're like, 1 minute you're like, I'm just trying to do videos and I don't really know what I'm doing. And then the next day it seems like you have a lot more followers and people are like, yeah, I really love your videos. And that happens like, I swear you guys, it feels like it's overnight. I mean, I've been doing this channel for 3 years now, although I took a break in between. I took a break for like 6 months, 9 months, maybe something like that, before I found Simon. I was paying for the pizza. Oh, you're welcome. And so, but it truly, all of a sudden, it's like, it takes heart to do YouTube and thick skin. It does. It does. That's true. And it takes persistence, and there's a lot of preparation. When you're doing your own videos, there's a lot of preparation to get to that point where, like, I've always been kind of a person that can wing it. I remember when hi Kendra, welcome. When my family owned a nursing agency, when a lot of prep, yes. When I was a teenager. And so, like, my first job at 16 was being the receptionist at their nursing agency, and they would train home health aides. And I remember I know it was before I was an aide. It had to be, I was 17, I think. And my aunt my whole family's nurses. But my aunt was doing a class, and she didn't feel good and had to go to the bathroom. And she's like, Jen, can you get up and teach the class for a couple minutes? I need to go to the bathroom. And I was 17. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I got up and taught the class, and I just kind of have always been able to do that. But you were a nurse's aide at 16. Awesome. And that was my first job. And then I went from receptionist to nurse's aide to on-call aide to scheduler. And so I always have been in healthcare, and then I decided to go a different way, and, I ended up in x-ray and stuff. But I've always been able to talk to people without too much of a problem, and kind of wing it. But Brad, thank you. It's funny, you forget that super chat thing is on. That's so sweet. I'm pretty good at winging it too. This morning's live, I decided what I was doing 15 minutes prior to going live was going to do readings, but that didn't fall right in the space. See? And then once you have done this enough, and I kept saying to Maddie last night and this morning, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. It's just we all love you already. And Brad, you guys are the sweetest things ever. And I'm so lucky to have this community that appreciates that. And I have to say, honestly, I would be doing this whether there was 3,000 people watching or 3. I just really like to share what I can to help people on their path because I love this path so much. Maddie, thank you. You guys are such a warm and supportive community, though, that I don't think I ever imagined that I would find a community that appreciated what I had to share and, tuned in. Just that part of it is, I was telling my husband recently, I know it's so weird to have people that look up to you. There you go. You helped 3 people on their path this year. And who knows how many people they helped and how many people they helped and how many people they helped. Hi, Ruby. That it's an amazing thing. Technology has made our lives much more connected. I know there's a lot of bad things about it too, but it has made our lives much more connected so that we can connect to people that we never would have imagined we could do that. And I think that's just awesome. And I so appreciate you guys wanting to listen. Because, like I said, if it was 3 people, I still would be doing this. My family don't like the fact that I'm on my witch journey. You know what, Rachel? That's okay. Hi, Molly. I know it's not easy, and it's kind of difficult when people don't accept you. But you will I don't know how old you are. Thank you, Dave. You guys are overwhelming me again tonight. I so appreciate you. You're 33. So you're at a point in your life now where you've kind of done the things that young people do. And now it's time for you. Now it's time to kind of look at, what do I want to do? What makes me move forward in life? What makes me feel connected? And if your family doesn't like that, that's okay. They don't have to like everything that you do anymore. You're an adult now. So it's kind of time for you to be able to do your own thing. Y'all really don't know how much this has helped me. It all starts with an intro. Not true at all, Maddie. I still don't have an intro. See? You see, and it's so, that's what I mean. You look at me like I'm big, and I'm like, I don't even know how to edit. I don't have an intro. I couldn't make an intro if my life depended on it. I have no idea. All that technical stuff. No idea. Now it's time to mold yourself into who you're going to be. That's right. I love this community. You guys are so awesome. Yep, absolutely. Very true. Jen, at a certain point, you've got to just do you and not worry about what others think of your lifestyle. And I will tell you, all I have is my laptop, so camera's not going to be the best quality. Hey, I've done lives on my laptop before when my phone was dead. Oh, I just add an about me on my channel intro. Yay! I know I keep forgetting to do that. I haven't changed my about me thing since I started my channel, I don't think. So I think it still says like I'm a mother first and all that stuff. And now my kids don't even live with me anymore. I started with fully produced videos and such since I am really good at it. But now all I do is lives, right? Absolutely. Do you do lives daily, Tammy? Most days. I take usually I take about 2 days off a week, sometimes 3. Depending on the week, but I do try to go live most days because I like the connection. I like to connect to you guys as a community. And I was going to say that when you get to be a certain age, you realize that there is a lot of people out there that think like you. You might not live close to a lot of them, especially now that we can connect so easily now. But there are a lot more accepting people out there than you think. I was amazed when I did step out of the broom closet, which was not very long, I have to say. I'm pretty wide open about my life. Sometimes I think a little bit too wide open. I know a lot of my family sometimes in my life has been like, can you not say everything that happens in our family? Because I just have always been, I don't know if it's I think partly a Libra thing. Lives are so much quicker. I was nervous about going live. And then I was like, oh my God, what if all I say is 5 minutes long, right? It goes really fast. And you know, modern metaphysics, man, you think that. I started out with 5 subscribers and I just kept putting out the content. And then eventually someone notices and says something about you. And then someone else notices you and then they have a lot of followers. So they hear you. It just happens. It's very, very quick. But what I was saying is all of a sudden, when I came out of the broom closet, people were like, the first thing, and you're talking, this was a while ago now. Probably 2005? No. 9/11, I was there. So, shit. Really? Yeah. So 2000, somewhere around 2000. I haven't offered that I was a witch to people until probably the last 6 or 7 years. But at first I wouldn't deny it. And I would still post stuff on my Facebook and people would come up to me and be like, hey, I saw that thing on your Facebook. Is that really what you believe? And yeah, that's what I believe. But for the most part, the people who actually interacted with me on a daily basis in person, they don't want to start a fight with you. Believe it or not. They kind of just are curious about it. And guys, don't kill me. Give me 2 minutes. I realized I didn't pee when I got home. Give me 2 minutes to pee. Can you play the Jeopardy music for 2 minutes? Love you. See what happens when you're live? I have to pee. All right. Been drying my hands all the way. So now I'm drying my hands. Hi, guys. Oh, I'm telling you, you know. So now I will tell you. Oh, my life sometimes. It'd be awesome if something moved. Oh my God, that's terrible. Yes, actually, Nicole did say something moved yesterday in yesterday's live. I haven't cleaned up the broken moon lamp. Oh my God, I can't believe you can see that the whole time. Oh my God, and my cat like spread it everywhere. Okay. Anyways, I will tell you about this medical thing now, because when all of a sudden it'd be like, oh shit, I have to go. I have one kidney. I was born with one kidney. It's always been that way. I didn't lose one or anything. I was just born with one. And two uteruses, which is a whole nother story. But, so my kidney processes urine a lot differently than most people. Cause like just all of a sudden it'll go, huh, good, we're ready to process now. And it dumps. And you're like, oh shit. Now I have to go. But I usually I can hold it for all day because it's like, I don't know how to describe it. I can drive across the country and go pee twice, but when I do have to go, it's suddenly like, whew, okay. Okay. Wow. You can give me one. I was born without a uterus. Really, Pamela? Isn't that funny? Apparently having one kidney a lot of times goes along with having two uteruses. And if you guys have ever heard my story of Joey, my youngest son, and how I found out that he was a medium and everything, part of that story is that he was twins and I miscarried one of them. And that is because I had one kid in each uterus and it was not able to hold both at the same time. So yeah, it just is. It's just always been. It's kind of a thing, and I never had an issue with it. So okay, Dustin, I saw you say same here, and I thought you have a uterus. Then I realized I read it wrong. I passed the bathroom and have to go. Oh yeah, No, that's okay. Sorry, Jen. Sorry, Jen, for what? Oh, are you talking about? I'm sorry about the miscarriage because. Here we go. Hi, Pamela. Glad to have you here. Sorry you have to go. Me and both my children have horseshoe kidneys. No shit. What was I just going to say? Totally lost it. Something about, the miscarriage thing. I hate to sound cold. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm so sorry you had a miscarriage. And again, what's right for you is right for you, and what's right for me was right for me. I never felt the need to mourn that loss. To me, it was like the universe just said, this is what was supposed to be. So I never had an issue with it, which is partly why it was so weird when Joey started talking about his other brother, because my husband and I were the only two people that ever knew that I had miscarried one of the twins, and we never talked about it. Our boys didn't know, because I didn't want to make it a big deal, because it wasn't a big thing to me. It was like, oh, that's just nature sometimes, and that's what was supposed to happen. And that was it. I was okay. And so a lot of people were like, I'm so very I'm sorry. You 10 to 15 kidney stones per day. Ooh, I'm really sorry for you, Karen. See, don't say I'm sorry, because I'm not. That's the way the universe meant this to be, and I never had an issue with it. So it was funny when Joey started talking about the other twin, because nobody knew about it except my husband and I. So literally, we didn't tell the kids because it wasn't a big deal. It sounds terrible when I say it like that. People are like, it wasn't a big deal, but it just was. That's the way it was supposed to be. I was never supposed to birth that child. I didn't even know that it was a male child. I can't remember how far along I was. I think it was fairly early though. Like the beginning of the second trimester or something like that. But I want kids so bad, but it doesn't look like it will happen. I'm sorry, Rachel. And again, it just was the way it is. And to be honest with you, I didn't really think about it much again until Joey started talking about his other brother that wasn't there. And when we went through all the rest of his brothers, and he was like, nope, not that one. He had been having night terrors for years, but he couldn't speak and tell us what was going on. And suddenly he started talking about his other brother. And it finally hit me that he was talking about the twin that was not here. And he still has a relationship with that twin. So, my daughter did too, and we were blessed with triplet boys. Wow. My friend had twins last year, but only one was born. I have no desire to have children. I think it's the universe's way of controlling the population. Sometimes that's the way it is. 5 boys, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, I know it. And then the fact that he was a boy again, I was like, oh my gosh, really? Does his other brother's spirit grow with Joey? Oh, that's a good question. He must, because he's talked about him in the same kind of stage of life that he is since the beginning. So he must, in his eyes, be like the same age as him still. That's a very interesting question. That's something I'll have to ask him about, because it's not something I thought to ask him about before. Yeah, like growing age. Yeah, he must. I'll have to ask him for sure, though. I don't know for sure. My dad's mom had 10 miscarriages before him and his sister were born. No kidding. It's okay to not want yeah. Yep, absolutely. I'm fixed. So, yep. I'm fixed now, too. And that was part of it. Because the medical shit. This is not very witchy. I'm sorry, you guys. But because I had, it's called a bicornuate. I have a bicornuate uterus, which means that it's like heart-shaped, except there's 2 chambers in it. And then there's one at the bottom, one cervix at the bottom. And because of that, I always had like abnormal cells, and they couldn't tell really and they kept saying I had endometriosis and there would be abnormal cells, and my bleeding was horrible because I have 2 uteruses that empty out at the same time. It was not fun. And so by the time I was done with having kids, I was like, okay, if you find abnormal cells again, just take the fucker out. I'm done. I don't need it anymore. Take it. And they did. And they scared the shit out of me, and like kept saying that they were pretty sure that I had a tumor and that I had cancer. And then I was like, okay. They're like, well, we want to go in and you'll have to do a biopsy in the hospital under anesthesia. And I'm like, no, I won't, because you're just going to take it. I'm not playing with this anymore. I'm all done with it. I don't need it. So I just had them take it out. And then they were like, oh, yeah, it was normal. It just was the bicornuate thing. Did you say you was polycystic ovaries? No. My ovaries apparently were normal. And that was part of, they kept saying it was like a miracle that I could get pregnant. And I'm like, it was a miracle that I never didn't get pregnant. I mean, anytime I thought about it, I was pregnant. So I didn't have that problem. Okay. Yes, I saw Brad's tarantulas. Yes. Okay, let's get off this medical weird shit. Yule. Can we talk about Yule? All right. Finally, let's talk about something different. Yule is love it, love it, love it. Very spiritual to me. I always have a better time with Yule than Christmas for me, because I'm not with all the Christ stuff. Christmas to me is about presents for the kids and stuff. And Yule is my spiritual holiday. So I love it. Yule. Yes. So Yule is the winter solstice. Somebody said, what is Yule? Right? I think. Okay, Yule, what is it? Yes. Okay. It's the winter solstice. It is the shortest day of the year, the longest night of the year. And the original pagan people would stay up all night because we know when we talk about Mayans who had their own calendar, which was apparently even more accurate than ours is now, than our stupid Julian calendar, who, we have to have an extra day every 4th year to even stuff out and all that crap. Yes, I do the 12 days, which the 12 days starts on Yule. And goes forward for us, for pagans. And so the Gregorian calendar is, I know, it is so awful. I can't believe. Yes. Starts on the 21st, correct. So our ancestors, our pagan ancestors, noticed that the sun seemed to stay in the same place for approximately a week when it got to this time of the year. And that, if you're in a different time zone, are the dates still the same? Yes. It happens at the same exact time. There's an exact time of the solstice. But my time will be different than your time, but it all happens at the same time, if that makes sense. Hopefully. Do you do the lighting of another candle each 12 days? Yes. Yes. And we'll get to that. I will talk about that for sure. And because we're already an hour in, guys, I don't know how much of this we'll get to tonight, but I will finish it up tomorrow too. So, ancestors. So the ancestors noticed that the sun was coming up and going down in approximately the same place for about a week. Not in the same place, but you know what I'm talking about. Not moved this way. All right, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So they started to worry that when that happened and the nights kept growing longer and longer and longer, that the sun would disappear, that it would never come up again. And so they started having these festivals that would encourage the sun to come back in the morning after the longest night. So they would stay up all night on the longest night and have bonfires, and everyone would light candles, and they would sing songs to encourage the sun to rise again. And they thought that that was the way they encouraged the sun to come back up, because they had to sing the songs that would encourage the sun to show itself again. Which to me is such a... It's definitely part of it is being in the cold for me. So I'm not crazy about cold after January, but I really do like being in New York when solstice hits, because there's something about standing in that cold and looking in the dark, especially the fact that the moon is going to be full on the 22nd means that we're going to have this huge bright moon. And in New York in the wintertime, usually it's not very cloudy because it's too cold to have clouds. We either are snowing or it's really crystal clear and dark and cold at night. I love it. So you're standing out there and the moonlight and the snow on the ground is twinkling in the moonlight, and you're waiting all night for that sun to rise again in the morning. And it's singing songs and chanting and having a fire and dancing around the fire and drumming. I do my drum, which is right here someplace. If I can read it. Yeah, I can reach it. So I do my drum all night. Light candles. There's should be a candle in every window. It's just, yeah, perfect timing for the full moon, right? It's just such a, I know. And I have to say though, Laura, I know it sounds beautiful except the cold, but I love the cold part of that night. There is something about it that makes it very magical. Very, very magical. Nothing better than watching the moon on a snowy night. Absolutely. Oh, right? Mount Washington. Oh, that would be incredible. Gorgeous. Just started doing that last year. Even used main candles to light each one. Awesome. It's hot here in Australia, right? And also in Australia, you guys will be celebrating the summer solstice. So, hate my internet. Hate it. So for you guys, it will be the summer solstice for Australia. So you are celebrating the shortest night and the longest day. Because your holidays are the opposite of ours. You'll be celebrating Beltane. Not Beltane. Litha. So, full moon on the snow is magical. It is so magical. So magical. Okay. So, the ancients, I'm trying to look in now. Caitlin Matthews and John Matthews wrote a whole, actually they have a summer solstice book and they have a winter solstice book. So they have a whole book on the winter solstice, and they talk about how they celebrated the winter solstice before and how we got here. Many awesome, really cool stories about it. And one of the stories, if I can find it, they talk about the sacred sites that are all over Europe. That are built specifically for this one day out of the year. And I just want to read a little bit about that part. And before I forget, I will say, I don't know if you guys saw my post on the Facebook page, but I'm so excited because the Greenwood Tarot is actually coming out. They are re-releasing the Greenwood Tarot this coming up year. So in 2019, they will be re-releasing the fucking Greenwood Tarot, which is incredible. I just was blown away by that. What's your Facebook page? It is Willow Winds Thrifty Witchin'. And you have to spell it like I spell my name. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. You're perfect. Angela just posted the link for it in the chat. Gotta run, beauties. I'll have to watch the VOD later. Great. Perfect. Come back and watch it. Good vibes from Colorado. Oh, show me the mountains. Give us a picture. Yep. So what is that? 4 tonight? I will be so glad on Thursday when Mercury is not in retrograde anymore. I'm going to try not to be frustrated by my fucking internet. Okay. Just got a brilliant idea. What? What's the brilliant idea? I'll send a picture to Maddie to post for my Instagram. Oh, please do. Oh my God. I miss the mountains so much. Oh, I miss the mountains. When I went to Utah, I wanted to live there forever, but I'm going to go live during the witching hour during Yule. That is awesome. Awesome, Dave. And you know what? I think, let's talk about it. You and I, Dave, and Maddie and Huxon and maybe a couple other people. There is an app that we can all kind of be on together and seeing each other. I'm not sure if we can get it on YouTube. I don't know how many people we can have on the Google Hangouts thing, but I think we can have more than that. Or there is an app that's kind of like that and we can do that. I think that would be great. Post it to our Facebook wall, Maddie. So let's talk about it, because I think that would be great, that we could kind of do a ritual all together and all participate in it. I think that would be really good. And I think Kittens, Waits, and Tarots did one for Samhain, I believe. And I think she had like 10 people. I think 10 people can be on, I think. But I'm not positive. So we can, yeah, see, Carmen says she thinks it's only 10. So we'll talk about it. Okay, so let me talk about these specific places. There's ancient places in Europe that specifically were built for the solstice. Ready? Here we go. Throughout Northern Europe, a huge number of prehistoric and Neolithic sacred sites are oriented to capture the rays of the sun and moon at certain specific points in the year. Generally, these coincide either with the solstices or the equinoxes. Record it and post at 3 a.m. is too late for me. I'll be up all night because it's Yule. And I take Yule off. And it happens to be Friday. How cool is that? Isn't the witching hour 3 a.m.? Yes, it is. It is, it is, it is. Thank you, Stephen. Correct. which means it'll be morning for you. Which mark the subdivision of the year into quarters. So the most famous of these sites is Newgrange in Ireland, as its original name, On Liam Green, which, sorry guys, I'm sure my pronunciation is way off. The Cave of the Sun testifies. For about a week before and after the winter solstice, the light from the rising sun passes through a narrow slot above the doorway and sweeps down the 80-foot-long passageway into the heart of the central chamber. Striking its back wall, it illuminates a series of intricately carved spirals and solar discs. So you're talking about Neolithic period. And they built this whole thing for 1 day or 2 days, really, out of the year. Both solstices or both equinoxes. They set this up so that when that sun rose, because it's going to rise at the same exact part every year at this date, that it would illuminate these carvings that they have on the wall. And there's pictures I'm going to show you. Hold on. Into the heart of the central chamber. Striking the back wall, it illuminates a series of intricately carved spirals and solar discs. For approximately 17 minutes, the light illuminates the chamber, then slowly retreats until all is dark again. Someday, my dream is to be able to be at one of these places for one of the solstices. How freaking cool would it be to be in a prehistoric built site, watching this light come in, light up the stairwell so you can walk down these stairs, light up these spirals and the sun carvings that these prehistoric man wrote, carved into the wall. And then for 17 minutes, and then slowly retreat until you're standing in darkness. Ah! How cool. And I do have to say, there are sites. I have a dream site for almost every Sabbath that I want to be at. So like Beltane is Scotland. Hello. I want very much to do Edinburgh at Beltane. Or Samhain. One or the other. They do both. They're both incredible. But to see the one at Beltane, they do the whole thing with the Green Man coming in and catching the goddess. And it's so cool to me. Although their fire festival at Samhain is incredible too. And you can watch a lot of it online, and I have for years. But someday I want to be there, So cool. The equinoxes. Yep, Samhain and Salem for sure. That's the one for Samhain is Salem. I almost could have done it this year, and then I got into it with my boys, and we didn't really have the money. And next year we're going to plan a trip, all of us, I think, to do Samhain and Salem. The equinoxes, Stonehenge. Come on, the equinoxes at Stonehenge, incredible. Yes, definitely. After, we'll have, maybe it can't be next year, guys. I don't know. Affordability wise, if we're going to do this thing in May, a lot of us may be broke by the time Samhain comes, but we'll see. Yes, Stonehenge. How awesome the equinoxes at Stonehenge would be. So cool. So for me, every Sabbath, there is someplace I would like to be. The solstice is definitely one of these ancient caverns. The witch's ball, right? Oh, don't do the witch's ball, really? Is it a bunch of... See, now I have to say, if you did it, Sue, awesome. So Kendra, have you been there? And I always got the impression that they were like snotty witches that think they're all that. Am I right? I mean, it was kind of a dream, but then when I really looked into it, they kind of seem like they think they're all that and everybody else way overpriced. Okay. That makes me feel a little better anyway. Let's do our own fucking witch's ball. Fuck them. We don't have to do it that, overpriced. We'll do our own. Make it better. And not so expensive. Yeah, witch. W-I-T-C-H. Witch's ball. There's a witch's ball at Salem every year. I heard Salem is a nightmare. And yes, that's true. Salem is a nightmare on Samhain. if you do what all the tourists do. But what's funny is in Salem, and if you've never been to Salem, you wouldn't really understand because it was out of this world, right? Hopefully you have a bunch of witch friends from Salem, which I know several people who live near the area. And the actual witch sites where stuff actually happened, where they like hung people that they claimed were witches, even though they weren't witches, all that stuff is behind the scenes. There's like the back of this whole strip of buildings that most people don't really know to go there. But that's where, like, historically witches were hung and all that stuff is like in this thing that's in the back. It's not a very public site. So the tourists don't really know to go there. So you have to get, like, you know, witch friends that can hook us up, which I have a couple. Yes. Yep. Okay. So, a similar arrangement is found at sites such as Gavrinus in Brittany, aligned with both the sun and the moon. Loch Crew in Ireland, sun and moon. Long Kennet in Wiltshire, England, sun. Cemeteries in Salem. Oh, right. Yeah, I know I'm empathic, but it's like I have to. Okay. And a number of stone circles that mark out the landscape of Britain from Hebrides to Land's End. Now, I'm sorry about pronunciations. I probably murdered all of our sacred sites, but cool. Nor is this phenomenon found only in Europe. Thank you. 2020, let's go to Ireland. Hell yeah. Keeps having me send before I'm done typing. I hear you. Throughout the ancient pre-classical world of the Mediterranean, as well as the continents of Australia and North and South America, similar structures designed around the movement of the sun and moon have survived. One of the most striking can be found at Chaco Canyon in New Mexico, where the solstice sunrise creates the shape of two daggers flanking a spiral carved into the cliff face. Another impressive monument is the pyramid at the Mayan site of Kukulkan. Been there. Ooh, which one did you go to, Brad? Is there a good book telling me exactly what happened to the witches in Salem? Yes, Debbie. And my library is downstairs. I will try to remember to bring it up for tomorrow. But yes, I have, it's called like the history of Salem, something, the real history, the true history of Salem, something like that. New Mexico. Ah, how cool. I've been to Chaco Canyon plenty of times. See? You gotta go to solstice. That's what it's like made for. Here, the light of the rising sun crawls down the steps of the pyramid, forming the shape of a serpent, a sacred animal to the Mayans, that eventually seems to join onto the head of the serpent that is carved into the pyramid at the foot of the steps. Hi, Alice, down the rabbit hole. So, and where is, I know the pictures are in here. I just got to find them. Where are they? Because I remember reading this book and being like, oh my God, that's so cool. Where the fuck is it? Oh, here. This is one of them. This is the Great Passage at Newgrange, along which the winter solstice sunrise brings its promised rebirth. So look at. We are discussing Yule, the summer solstice, or the summer solstice. Now I'm talking about summer. The winter solstice. And there are buildings that are prehistoric buildings very, very long ago that were built around the solstices, so that when the sun rises on that one day of the year, it illuminates these pathways and these carvings that were made into the sides of the wall thousands of years ago. It could be millions. I don't know. I don't really understand prehistoric. Sorry, guys. I love history, but to me, that's part of math, and my brain doesn't do that. So, again, so cool and interesting to me that there's, these places that they happened like this. They actually did this. I had an unusual experience at Chichen Itza, which I wrote about in my Facebook group. Really awesome. I went to read it. I love winter solstice. I live in Alaska, and I always look forward to gaining more light every day. Oh, I bet. Now, do you live in the part of Alaska? First of all, are you okay? Did you get hit with that huge earthquake? I don't do math either. I just don't. My brain just doesn't do numbers. I'm awesome with history and words and language and all that kind of stuff, but math is like a mystery to me. It just doesn't work. I'm working on my Game of Thrones blanket. Awesome. The Lanaby, I hope that you were okay with the, they just had, Alaska just had that huge, I live in Anchorage, I'm safe. Oh, that's where it was, right? Hopefully you are okay. Now, Anchorage is not one of those places that is dark for weeks and weeks, right? They get, although you have a short amount of light during this time, it's not completely dark, right? Isn't that up north more, I think? I believe. I just always thought that would be very... Thank you for staying, Pamela. Glad you're here. Yes, the wind is blowing and melting. Possible storm coming in. Ooh, be careful. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Okay, so midwinter in the fields. There's lots of different deities that were celebrated then. I'm trying to find, though, I want to explain the 12 days because I know you guys had questions about that. And then tomorrow I will go back through and we'll kind of talk a little bit more about how we started some of the traditions that we know already. Robin in the Green and all that kind of stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. I love the history part of it, guys. It's really neat. My husband came here from Alaska. He wants to go back. My brother-in-law lives? No, now he's in jail, I think. Lived in Alaska for a while. Of course, now my mind is blanking. And I can't think of what it was. But, and then it goes through, we could talk about, you know, Santa Claus. And I really love to talk about Krampus. I know I posted something about Krampus. I think Krampus is amazing. And maybe we'll actually talk about him December 5th, which is when? Shit, that's coming up really soon. Damn it. Because December 5th is Krampus's day, which is called Krampusnacht. Something like that. It's 4 days. Okay, so it's coming up. So this week we'll talk about Krampusnacht, which is Krampus night. And how Krampus, or now they call him Krampus over here, but Krampus was Santa Claus's counterpart. And that's how the Austrians and the Germans and some of the Norse people kept their kids in line. Is they had a myth about Krampus, who looked like the devil. Oh, is this Krampus here? Yes. So look at, that's an old statue of Krampus. And they would tell people that, you know, he will come with Santa and steal you. He will kidnap you, or he will beat you with, I'm trying to think, he carries a staff, something like that. But the people in Austria still do that today. They will gather in the square, and all the men have really elaborate, gorgeous wooden masks that look like demons, and they wear big fur costumes, and they get totally drunk, and they walk through town with these big sticks and stuff, and they literally chase people and beat them. Which I think is freaking awesome. I'm sorry, I think it's awesome. So that he was the son of hell, but there's not much evidence of that. Yeah. Right? I think it was great. And what's really funny is that the people from America who are doing that today, apparently in like Los Angeles, I think they do this thing every year too. But theirs is like a lot more fun because the Americans who go to Austria who take part in this, they specifically try to pick out like American idiots who don't know their culture and who are like, oh, yay, Krampus. And they literally chase them down and beat them with sticks, which I think is fucking amazing. So that's just so I always celebrate Krampus because I think that's awesome. Yep. Right? I just love that. I think it's amazing. Okay, so here we go. We're talking about the 12 days of Christmas. I know some people need to meet him. Absolutely need to meet him. And holy crap, we're on an hour and a half. Again, my poor husband is down there waiting for me we got to catch up on Outlander. Okay. The days from Christmas Eve on December 24th to Epiphany on the 6th. Oh, wait. See. So because Caitlin and John are somewhat Christian still, I don't understand what they are. They write about tons of pagan stuff, and then they throw in Catholic and Christian stuff too. So you're like, I don't really know. But okay. December 24th to Epiphany on the 6th day of January, actually 14 days, as the first two are not included in the 12, really exist outside of linear time. So this is, on the flip side, summer solstice is amazing, right? That's cool. This is something that goes back to the old calendars. This is how the 12 days of Christmas, this is how they would catch up from their screwed up calendar, which was even more screwed up than the Gregorian one that we do today. But is that they would have 12 days of Christmas that didn't actually exist in time. So you didn't have to work on those days. Yay! Yay, Dave, you go. You didn't have to work on those days, and they did not exist in time. There was not a date. If somebody said, you know, what date is it? They said, this is the first day of Christmas. Or this is the, yeah, they are. They're a little odd sometimes, but I just know that ahead of time, and I keep that in mind when I'm reading their stuff. They are, in a sense, the fruit of the past year, one day for each month that has passed. Yay, good, Nicole. No matter which calendrical system one follows, there are certain extra days called intercalary, such as the 29th day added to February, which make up the necessary fluctuations in the Earth's orbit around the sun. So, we have these 12 days of Christmas, and that's where it came from originally, was to make up for our screwed up calendar. Because they didn't know how else to do that, so they stuck it all at the end and said, okay, we won't have these dates. We'll just have 12 days of Christmas. Because, you know, that's a better plan. Instead of following a lunar calendar. Who knows? So, guys, all right. It's an hour and 25. We can't start it now. I hate to say this, but we can't start it now. So we will start with the 12 days of Christmas. Okay? And what was celebrated before and how I celebrate, because honestly, there isn't a set way of celebrating. It's kind of a new thing to go back to the old ways, but there isn't a lot of start. No, I blame you this time, Dave. No, we can start. It's early, and then click, it went off. I blame you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Left of center question. I think you used to have a specific number of subscribers to go live. That's a good question, Tammy. I know. I think you're right. I think you might have to have. Well, it can't be too many though, because no, I'm not going to bring up his name. Didn't Douchebag go live once and he only had like 58? Hexen went live the other day. See? Okay, good. Dave went live with 50. Good. So they must have changed that. I think it used to be 100, but I think they've changed that now. LOL. Hopefully you all know what douchebag I'm talking about, but I'm up until 3 a.m. time anyway. Uber Eats is a thing. We all like talking. We can go for a long time, Jen. Right? I think I can at 200. I only have 3. Butt doctor. LOL, kidding. Yeah, that's the one, though. I think we're still talking about the same person, but yeah. Uber Eats. That's hilarious. Uber Eats. We just got Uber finally in Rochester. This is how far behind we are. We just got Uber last year. We weren't in New York State. Well, not in New York State. In our... Maybe it was New York State. Did Cuomo change that? No, I think it was our mayor finally changed it. Okay. Really, guys? It's such a long thing, though. And once I start it, I don't really want to stop until we get to the end, because then I will watch you, Rachel, when I can. I hate to say that, though, because then I get crazy. And it takes me a long time to get back. I do try to stop by and watch as many people as I can. But because I also have my channel to take care of and I go live all the time, I don't have a whole lot of time to watch. But I do try to keep up with at least 1 out of like 4 or 5 videos that you do. I try. Yeah, let's start tomorrow, guys. Just because we've already been an hour and a half. And my damn fucking internet has gone off now. How many times? 5, 6? I can't even count anymore. That's how bad it is. Terrible. And I am so happy because somehow I have 9 likes and the mad disliker has not found our video yet. I wonder how that happens. Usually, I'm telling you, in our community on every live, there's one person that clicks dick. See, I need to... Weren't you having tomorrow off? Oh, shit. Oh. Damn it, Steven. I was going to have tomorrow off. I will do more. I want to do some with Hexen. Take tomorrow off. Then it'll be, what it'll be, December 3rd when I come back. That's not terrible. Yeah, I'm going to do it Monday, guys. I know, I feel bad, but I do need a day off once in a while. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it Monday. I usually 7:30, Heidi. Yep. All right. I love you guys. We will start tomorrow with not tomorrow, Monday. Monday with the 12 days of Yule. Check your inbox on Facebook later. Will do. Yay. Perfect. All right. I love you guys. Blessings. Thanks for joining me and supporting. And I love you guys. Mama Squirrel's all proud of all of you.